gonna get us all in deep shit.
Well, I love it when you talk dirty. Get your mad ass in this pool with me.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Sparks, and welcome to the 80's Emporium, your home for everything 80s. The 80s brought many actors from obscurity to stardom, and one of the biggest stars of that decade was a man named Eddie Murphy.
I have recently been placed in charge of garbage. Do you have any that requires disposal?
Eddie Murphy is a man of many talents. He's found success as a wisecracking detective, a clueless foreigner, a distressed dragon, a nutty professor, a chatterbox donkey, and more. After a quiet decade, Murphy returned to the spotlight in 2019's Dolemite Is My Name. Since then, he starred in 4 feature films, including long-awaited sequels to Coming to America and Beverly Hills Cop. To celebrate what's being called his long-awaited comeback, let's take a look at the early days of the iconic 80s career of everybody's favorite lovable goofball, Eddie Murphy. Murphy came onto the comedy scene in 1980 when he joined the cast of Saturday Night Live at the age of 19. During his tenure, he created a number of memorable characters, such as a cynical Gumby, a grown-up Buckwheat, and the hilarious Mr. Robinson.
Hello, boys and girls. We're all alone again today. You know why? My wife walked out on me.
While still on SNL, Eddie made his big screen debut in the buddy cop film 48 Hours.
There's a new sheriff in town. And his name is Reggie Hammond. Y'all be cool. Right on.
His portrayal of wisecracking convict Reggie Hammond is still considered by many to be one of the greatest acting debuts of the 1980s. It also earned him the first Golden Globe nomination of his career. The same year, Murphy also launched his first feature-length stand-up special, Delirious.
And no matter what was going on, the ice cream man came and stopped. You be getting some marbles and shit, and you hear ice cream! Ice cream! The ice cream man is coming!
Delirious premiered on HBO during the summer of 1983 to massive fanfare. The album version of this special awarded Murphy the only Grammy of his career. In 1983, Murphy received his second Golden Globe nomination, this time for his performance as Billy Ray Valentine in the comedy classic Trading Places.
I can see! I can see! I have legs! Oh shit, look at this!
30 years after the release of Trading Places, the movie's plot actually inspired the United States government to make new regulations regarding America's financial markets. This regulation earned the nickname the Eddie Murphy Rule. Be sure to check out this online shop for some super cool 80s swag and more. Eddie Murphy's worst move in the 1980s was Best Defense. Originally a Dudley Moore war comedy, the test screenings for this film did so poorly that the entire movie was actually reshot and re-edited to include Eddie Murphy in a separate storyline. But the movie still ended up being both a critical and financial disappointment. After the failure of Best Defense and his exit from Saturday Night Live, people began to wonder if Eddie Murphy's star power was fading as quickly as it had risen. But those doubts were soon silenced with the release of a little movie called Beverly Hills Cop.
Jesus Christ.
Today, Beverly Hills Cop is still one of the most successful R-rated films of all time.
Yeah, it is.
Grossing over $300 million at the global box office. A man of many talents, Eddie Murphy is more than just an actor and stand-up comedian. He's also a singer and musician. In September 1985, Murphy released his debut album, How Could It Be?, with songs produced by Rick James and Stevie Wonder. The album gave us the hit single, Party All the Time, which peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 3 weeks. He recorded 2 more musical albums in 1989 and 1993, and continues to create music in his spare time.
It's your destiny to find the golden child.
And it's your destiny to seek some serious psychiatric help.
Murphy's follow-up film was a lesser-known movie called The Golden Child. This one was nowhere near as successful, grossing only a third of what Beverly Hills Cop made. Originally conceived as a straight adventure film starring Mel Gibson, The Golden Child was actually rewritten as a comedy for Murphy after Gibson turned down the role.
Well, I need to see the plans then for this house, because you're making a very big fucking mistake. Get the plans for me, please.
Who are you?
Stop working. I'm Axel Foley, the Beverly Hills building investigator. Didn't they tell you I was coming?
No.
They didn't?
No.
But give me the goddamn plans.
In 1987, Murphy returned for a sequel to Beverly Hills Cop, this time directed by up-and-coming action director Tony Scott, fresh off his 1986 hit Top Gun. Under Scott's stylish direction, Beverly Hills Cop II went on to make close to $300 million worldwide, making it another win in Eddie Murphy's book. If you're enjoying this video, please give us a like and subscribe. After the massive success of Eddie Murphy's Delirious, Paramount Studios did something that would never happen today. They gave Murphy's follow-up comedy special a wide theatrical release. Eddie Murphy Raw grossed $50 million worldwide during its theatrical run, making it the highest grossing stand-up comedy concert film of all time.
If you're starving and somebody throw you a cracker, you're gonna be like this. God damn, that's the best cracker I've ate in my life.
In 1988, Paramount released one of the most beloved Eddie Murphy movies of all time, Coming to America. This laugh-out-loud comedy featured Murphy playing multiple characters in the same movie for the first time. It would certainly not be his last. After a gap of over 30 years, Eddie Murphy returned in the 2021 sequel, Coming to America, which received less favorable reviews than the original. In both films, both Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall played multiple characters, and both films were nominated for Best Makeup and Hairstyling at the Academy Awards. Towards the end of the 80s, Murphy directed and starred in Harlem Nights, a movie that is largely regarded as one of his worst.
It's only business.
This is personal.
Harlem Nights was Murphy's directing debut, and still the only film he's ever directed in his career.
Is that right?
After an impressive debut decade, Eddie Murphy was red hot in Hollywood. In the 90s and 2000s, he became a go-to comedy leading man. He often starred in studio comedies that received low ratings from critics, but were box office successes, such as Dr. Dolittle, The Haunted Mansion, and Daddy Daycare. If the movie starred Eddie Murphy, it was a must-watch. As in Coming to America, Murphy continued to show off his versatility by playing multiple roles in movies such as The Nutty Professor, Vampire in Brooklyn, Bowfinger, Norbit, and The Adventures of Pluto Nash. Taking a rare break from comedy, he starred in 2006's Dreamgirls, for which he earned a Golden Globe and SAG Award for Best Supporting Actor. He was nominated for an Oscar as well, but lost to Alan Arkin in Little Miss Sunshine. Many believe that Murphy lost the Oscar because of the critical failure of Norbit, which had come out during Oscar voting time. He also found success in voice acting, providing the voice for Mushu in Disney's Mulan,
Dragon, not lizard. I don't do that tongue thing.
and of Donkey in the Shrek franchise, a role that he will reprise in the 2026 sequel.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manless stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles. Oh!
Murphy appeared in nearly 40 films between 1982 and 2012, but only one film over the next 7 years. In an interview on the WTF podcast with Mark Maron, he claimed he was no longer enjoying the movie-making business, especially due to the bad scripts he was given and the criticism he was receiving.
This guy is the worst actor I have ever seen.
He decided to take a break, but he returned to acting in 2019, and he doesn't seem to have lost a step. We're glad the movie industry has Eddie Murphy back in action, and we're looking forward to what he does next. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your favorite 80s Murphy film? What's his worst? Comment below. Remember to subscribe and stay tuned to this channel for more videos. We'll do another video soon. Thanks for watching.
All right, y'all, that's a wrap.
No.